down and listen to it, I could hear. It wasn't great, but whatever.
Okay, well, we've got a couple minutes, but I don't know how to tell. I really don't.
I'll go ahead and pull it up on YouTube again to make sure the audio's
Okay.
there. So, Mary Jo, I'm glad you were able to find the link. Sorry. I'm glad you found the link before I could get to you. Sorry, it's hard to find.
Yeah, you can. And then said there were like 12 people, and then I just clicked the link on it. I don't know how to do it, but they were there. So and I missed it. Trying to find out I couldn't watch it. That's what they adjourned. It was all that, adjourned one, adjourned two. It's like nobody remembers. I couldn't get nobody. So I thought I had signed.
Well, half of it.
I mean, I got it.
Yeah, he wasn't doing too good.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. She's been helping him out. Yeah. But yeah, he's a lot better. He couldn't even get out of his chair.
They're much bigger than us. I think they just get
We've been walking their dog, but I think he's gonna start walking the dog again.
Do we ever get sticky messages to them or something?
Have we really?
So like,
It was something funny.
Mary Jo, did you see my note about this invoice for those plans I had to copy? I sent you, forwarded you the email. Yeah, remember?
It didn't, I saw that, it didn't have an attachment.
Oh, it was for $78.
Okay.
Back in
So that's what they were.
October.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I've not seen that either. But if you give that to Mary Jo, we'll pay it.
I guess it fell through. I thought you guys had it.
Not that I know.
Just want to have a set of prints and that's scanned. Well, I guess
I've seen that, but it's I sent it to them, but they didn't attach it.
okay, I probably just add them in when they're adding.
that's what I'm trying to confirm.
Turn this up. All right. Did you already start it, Joe?
I think you started. Is it? It should be on.
Well, it's not recording though.
Say I can't. My phone's still loading. I can't read it.
Okay. I'll let you double check it then. I didn't hit the start then, so
Seems like it's streaming,
seems like it's doing. Okay.
but I can't. For some reason, my phone's not loading to tell me. Hold on. Okay, it's working.
Okay, let's call the meeting meeting to order. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for coming. We're going to try to get this done in an hour like we always do. So let's start with call to order. Brad Bender, John Post, Jeff Walker,
Here.
Amber Fields,
Here.
Mary Jo Bender,
Present.
Brad Cage, Steve Pennicutt.
Here.
Approval of the January minutes and revised November 13 minutes. The January emailed November's, we had to make a minor change in, going to get to that in the DNR section, but when we did called out the pay apps, we called out Amara's, but not mine. And I needed to get mine in there too because DNR's looking at everything all the way through. So then we added that in to today and brought them so that they could be re-signed. And that's all it is, an extra set sitting there with the amounts for what I'm saying.
Can we approve them both at the same time?
I would think so. The November hadn't been posted to the website yet either.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from the last meeting and then the revised minutes from the November 13 meeting.
Okay, we have a motion, a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I'm going to start with one other thing real quick before we get into the agenda. We had a real good turnout last night. A number of you were there, of course, I know. But one thing Kelly Kent gave me during the open house, along with the poster board check for $75,000, is a grant agreement. So I'd like to see a motion in the minutes that we accept it and I sign it and we get it back.
Make a motion to accept the grant agreement from the Jennings County Community Foundation.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that was big news. That was big news and big deal going forward. I'll work on the schedule. We're gonna have to have drawings, we're gonna have to have permits, eventually quotes, but I'll start working on the schedule and some other items to go with it. Petitions or comments by members of the public? You guys want to go first?
I'd like to make a donation to the museum, if possible.
Yes.
I got an original mat box out of the school before it was torn down.
Wow.
The original one.
Mat box.
You want to put them in the alumni?
In the museum.
Okay. We'll accept it, I guess, on their behalf, but, because they're obviously.
Yeah, I didn't know who else to go to, so.
No, that's fine, and what we can do is get a hold, she was here last night, Dixie Tennis is probably the one, but.
Dave Shaw too is also.
Yeah, Dave Shaw was here, well, Roger Taylor was here too, so, between the.
The maps too. Oh, that's
Okay.
exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Anything else? All right, on to unfinished business, I guess. Trails grant, like I said, it's in closeout process, but they are asking for a lot of additional paperwork, agreements, and copies of canceled checks, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and that's why we've revised those minutes that haven't been posted yet. I don't know exactly the timeline, but when we do get it, we'll make the final payment to O'Mara. And then following that, Brad, I can get with you on some legal things, like county park, easements and stuff like that. We gotta get this part.
It says DNR.
Yes, DNR's requesting all kinds of extra information. I've got the letter from, regarding it, came in January, started working on it. Sent them most everything except that. Okra wastewater grant, we have two things to act on tonight. Number one, I pushed on them to get their paperwork together and get stuff to us by the end of the month, end of January. And we didn't get it, and then they got it, wanted it by Friday, last Friday, and they didn't get us anything, so all of a sudden it came in yesterday. And they did put together a request for a time extension, and that is a formal change order. Though Cersei already sent it to Okra, that's already apparently been approved before the board had a chance to act. Because the original date was February 28th, this extends it to March 31st, mostly because of the weather, but also they have a lot of things they just haven't put together and got to us yet.
So Cersei or Okra approved the
Yesterday.
extension, or they didn't approve the payout yet?
No, no,
Okay.
just the extension, just the extension.
To open.
March 31st. Okay, so that's the first thing, and that'll require a standalone motion. But then they also brought up pay app all of a sudden. They sent pay app number 4, and Colby with Gonzalez told them, well, we've never seen number 3 because we never had one, as you recall, at the last meeting. Well, apparently they never sent it to him. So they sent both of them to him at the last minute, sent them to me, and I said, we'll do number 3, but we're not going to do number 4, for one, because number 4 now will be the end, and it'll also have maybe a change order to reconcile. So if you remember, we had more rock at Ripley Street, but we're going to do some of the other work, et cetera, et cetera. We'll get to that later. I told them to avoid number 4. But we have number 3, it's dated from December, but the engineer didn't sign it until yesterday.
And they were calling, yes.
And they were calling,
They
wanting
were
to
sending, yeah, late notice.
late notices for the payment today.
Going, what, you know, where are we gonna get paid on this? And I was like, I was panicking on, what, did we miss it? And we never got it. So,
I mean, yeah, I'm not really, at the last minute, they scheduled startup. I was out of town, got back and maybe could have done it, but then all of a sudden we had all the snow. Asked them if they were still going to do it, and they answered me an hour before it started. So I didn't get to start up, wasn't able to tell Ron about what was going on. Then they pulled one just the other day, the same way on the odor beast. It was kind of out of the blue, we're going to be there at 9 o'clock, and then all of a sudden it's, oh no, we'll be there at noon.
let's pay up number 3, how much?
So payout number 3 in the amount of $176,484.60. And prior to submitting that to Okra, we'll get together with Carrie on the amounts we've already drawn down and spent out of our own accounts.
Yeah. I started it today.
Okay. All right, so need a motion for change order number 2 for the time extension.
I'll make a motion to approve the change order. Is it change order number 2
Change order number 2 for the time extension.
for the timing station?
Time extension.
Time extension. Time extension.
Okay, I have a motion. And a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And then pay app number 3 and the aforementioned amount.
I'll make a motion. Okay. Yeah, number 3. $176,484.60.
I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Then other than that, we still just need to get with them, get a punch list, get some documentation. I have some of it electronically, but not all. As-bills, a number of other things. but it has been up and working just fine ever since they put it in service back in, that was before Christmas. Okay, next item, the adoption of the new sewer rate ordinance. As you remember, at the last meeting, we had the public hearing. Went through the new rates, and the biggest question was the grinder pumps and the amount on the surcharge per bill. And Caitlin from Reed sent us a new sheet at $20. I forwarded it to everybody because that was kind of the long and short of what came out of the meeting. So Brad, how do we?
Well, you did it at your meeting last time after your public hearing on first reading. I believe
Don't think you did.
you did.
They tabled it. We tabled it.
Table.
Then you would have to vote unanimously to suspend the rules and consider it on the first reading. And then, if that's the case, then someone can make a motion and second to pass it.
Okay. I assume that's what you want to do. It's up to you guys.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And a motion to adopt the rules.
What are we suspending the rules
To consider it on first reading, Mary Jo.
and consider it on the first?
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'll make a motion to adopt the rate study.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Can I have those, because now what I'm gonna do now is I'll prepare the ordinance. But I, for some reason, am having difficulty locating a wastewater ordinance. I know I've done them in the past, but I don't have, we could only find a water ordinance
We'll
today.
send it to you.
Yeah, we can,
It's PDF, I don't think it's in a Word format.
Okay.
we've got them.
We've got
Because we had to get them for her.
Send me the last one,
Yes.
and then I can use that template and insert this in here.
And remember, this includes that language about the 2.5%. We can send that again if we need to.
Yeah.
Put a number on that ordinance.
Yes.
Put that down here.
We do, but I don't know where it's at. I mean, I'd have to go look
Cost
for
of
it.
living adjustment, I think it's called.
Yeah.
You want me to
Yeah,
give
we
it to
should.
you?
But I mean, we can put it in.
Was that
Okay,
in-
Put it in after.
Was that in the
number.
notice of public hearing?
It was.
I can look at that too, because I
It's
do
in
that.
the- It is in the notice of public
I
hearing.
do that.
Right, but we want to make sure, because she didn't ever put it on that sheet.
Okay.
She always held.
And I know we did put it in, yeah. So-
We changed it when we took the tracker out. So we probably do have it.
Motion to
Oh.
adopt it and just
The-
that.
Yes.
The other thing is, somebody needs to maybe amend that motion on the effective date.
But isn't it effective April 1st?
Yeah, but you probably need to say that, so we can make sure the ordinance reflects that. So somebody can make another motion.
I make a
Yeah.
motion to
I
amend
didn't
the ordinance
think
and
about
state the
that.
start date for April 1st.
Okay, I second.
What are they?
Okay.
To
They
start-
amended the motion to adopt to include an effective date of April 1st.
So Amber, if you'll send me the most recent one,
Okay.
then I can insert this along with the cost of living adjustment.
Okay.
Brad?
Yes.
We still need to vote on
Oh, I
that
thought you
amendment.
voted, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I thought you did too.
I thought we did too.
Okay.
I'm in favor.
Who made the motion?
I did.
Okay,
Amber seconded.
all right. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Okay, before I get to the next agenda item, though, I don't see it on here somewhere else maybe, but, we need to also adopt that water cost of living adjustment. And that's a separate matter. Remember, we have not done that since you adopted the rate, because it's something you have to call out, like we will have to do with this later in 2 years or whatever. And I don't know the numbers, and didn't bring a copy of it, but I think a simple motion to,
It was all in order, it was all in, like, just an option to increase it 2%.
Yeah.
The ordinance says that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
but I think everybody agreed that we need to call it out when we do it.
Yeah, the rate study required us to take a vote to use that option.
Yes, that's, yeah. Yeah, that's a whole set, it'll be a whole separate item. Yeah. So I think we just need a motion to start, for lack of a better term. It's already been adopted, it's just a matter of starting it.
So we only start at the same time.
I would do think so. I would think so. It made everything in the office easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to, just start the 2% increase on the water rate.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Yeah, starting April 1st.
Starting April 1st.
I'll say.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay? Yes. All right, next item, the Xylem tree insurance payment. We haven't got the money yet. All right, Brad, you,
Okay, I have a couple emails at my office that you have copied me on. I will send a notice tomorrow, so you know, this needs to be taken care of.
that last email was,
Pronto.
yep, she had called us. And
You haven't seen anything.
said they'd approved it, and then also asked if they could send them in 2 separate payments, and
You said one.
then when I answered back in writing, per your phone call, you said you'd pay, and no, we don't want to.
I'll ask them to get it to us right away. I may ask them to send it to the town in care of me
That'd be fine.
along with the release.
I would assume they want it.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay? The SS4A grant. We received 2 proposals back in January? Yeah. And looked them over, sent them to everybody, but only 2 out of 7. I, in my opinion, told Jeff, I think Tool Design had the better proposal to fit with what we needed. Like to maybe proceed with them pending we get them into budget. So we start the discussion first to get them into budget before we do anything formal beyond making them the selecting firm. Jeff, I mean, what do you?
Yeah, I generally agree with that. I mean, I think the tool was a bit more specific to our community. It didn't look as quite as much like a copy and paste job. And they have a lot of expertise and experience in the type of safety considerations that I think we want to talk with the community about and engage on in the planning process. So,
We just need to get them in budget.
yeah,
And I think we can figure it out.
they're fairly close. It's not like a reasonable size. Yeah.
John, did you look them over?
All that.
Back in January. Well, I think we probably need a motion to begin the process, so to speak. Not a contract yet.
Make a motion to proceed, with negotiations with tool design to secure a price that is within the budget we set in the previous meeting.
Have a second? I'll second. Motion and second, all in favor? Thank you. I'll send them a letter. Come on. Then Jeff, I think your contact that you know is listed. Okay, that's probably all.
Yeah, she's the main point for Indiana. Yeah. That's how we were able to get originally more than
Okay. New business. Open house, like we said, we're guessing 80 to 100 people. And received $75,000 to rehab the restrooms. We need, I think, about 25,000 more, but we're around 15.
We have 15 with the Friends of Historic Vernon,
So we may need to work on some more fundraising, but like I said, next step will be start some process with drawings and things. Until we get quotes, it's gonna be kind of impossible to say, but, I think it's big news for sure. I mean, we said that's what we wanted to do here. Now Jeff is gonna be looking at one for the warming kitchen, and if we can get that, 15,000, I know we can get that. It's a warming. You gotta be now, you really. Okay. Okay, next item, the equipment. John and I talked about this a little bit, but remember we have the police truck parked. Looked into the value of it because it is just sitting there, and it's a 2018 or 2019 with less than 5,000 miles, and it is the full-blown police model. And in fact, I had a guy asking me last night about the marshal's position, told him we weren't going to appoint anybody. It's just going to be open for election. And told him that we don't know, there'll be a marshal's position, but we don't know to what extent we'll support the position or fund it because of liability. So.
And unless they're like trained as a police officer, they can't drive that vehicle, can they?
Not supposed to drive the vehicle. Brett even told me I was not really supposed to.
Unless we dismantle all the,
Well, that kind of takes out some of the value too.
Right.
To do that. So.
Are you guys looking at getting rid of the truck?
We're talking about it.
What would you have to have for it?
The number we've seen is around 15,000, 17,500, somewhere in that range.
I'm just curious, because we could switch the blue lights over to white and the fire department could use it.
Well, that's the thought. I mean, it's outfit. I don't know if the radios meet your purpose or not.
It's the same radio that we use.
Is it?
I just had to have the radio company come in and reprogram it to where the fire channel is priority instead of the police channel.
Okay.
But we have all the exact same channels.
I hate to see it just sitting there. Like I said, it doesn't even have 5,000 miles all this time. It was the full-blown police model, pursuit, Hemi, and I think it holds 80 gallons of gas or something. But again, it's just been sitting now for how long? When did Rick resign? It was sitting before that. It was sitting outdoors. Now it's been indoors.
has it been started at all?
I need to probably start it. I haven't. Hope I don't have to jump. It has a brand new battery. In fact, we have the old battery sitting there for you too.
Great.
But it has a
Rick's supposed to go back to me.
It's sitting. He told me it was supposed to go back, and then it's sitting.
I have a question.
Sure.
How much authority Yes, I know exactly what you're saying. I think at the end of the day, they're elected official and they exercise their own discretion. You can suggest things to them, but you don't have any, they don't necessarily answer to you. And if you don't like the way they're doing it, you can't remove them.
Would it, is a marshal's position, is it like the same as kind of like a reserve officer? Do they automatically get arresting powers and everything without having to do 40-hour pre-basic and all that?
Yeah,
The marshal does.
Marshall does.
We've
I
always
just
told,
think it's such a liability.
we've always told, ever since I've been here, every marshal would tread lightly. You know, and I'm not sure that I've
But what
ever.
if they don't? Then we,
Well,
the
that's,
town can be
that's,
sued.
this is a discussion that's been going on here since the 1980s.
Probably before that.
Yeah,
Bottom, 5%.
yeah, so.
Well, we don't have to let them
it-
drive the police truck.
it-
Well, the only thing I know that we can do is control the amount they get paid. And
Yes.
what access they have to equipment,
Yes.
supplies.
But in terms of their
Duties.
day-to-day powers and duties,
We
it's,
can't do anything
you
about
can't
it.
do anything about that.
So they can walk around with a gun and arrest people?
Sure can.
But I want to tell you something though, in 40 years, I've never seen a marshal do that in Vernon. So, it's always because they've been took,
Probably the most active one was ever Biles, he write tickets.
and he went, that went back into the 70s. That went back into the, right down the mid-70s. So, we've been lucky.
Yeah.
Could you guys require an elected marshal to take a 40-hour pre-basic?
I don't think so. I don't think we can do anything contrary to the state.
I'm not sure we can either.
I don't think we could. I mean, it's, I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too. I can't, my answer's not 100%, but I doubt it. This has come up before.
It seems like such a liability.
It really does.
Well, that's what started the thing, was about the truck, and I didn't know that, I mean, how could we work that out with the fire department? If we want, how would you, I mean, you guys, I just hate to see it sitting there.
There has to be some kind of, I mean, I know they have to bid on it, just like,
Yeah, if you're,
I mean.
unless you did, because it's not surplus.
You couldn't transfer it to, fire protection? Because I mean, well, I guess we don't fund the whole thing, but we do
We
fund.
don't fund the whole thing.
We do fund.
Yeah.
I think we, again, someone have to look at it.
Independent agents.
I'd have to look at it in a statute, but when we go to sell assets like that, as long as they're not surplus, I think there has to be an appraisal. And I think they have to be let for bids, I believe. You go to a lot of counties meetings,
Well, I used to,
Yeah.
but they always had to bid things out.
Those had to bid 'em out.
Yeah. It wasn't like, oh, well, we can just give it to.
we can just sell.
I mean, they would give it to other, like say, if the
Political
county police
subdivisions, yeah.
had a car, they might give it to the county garage, but you got the county giving it to the county.
Yeah, that's within the whatever subdivision.
The fire department.
I'm not so sure about the, I guess I'm not so sure about the appraisal, but you definitely have to bid it.
We have the values.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the price.
Yeah, well, but I think you do that. I think you do have to bid it.
If you do away with the marshal positions, consider it surplus then?
And we can't do away with our position.
I didn't know, could not.
No.
Part of the country.
You may mess with the charter.
It's in the charter, so it's,
So could the town keep the truck titled to the town and just let the fire department use it and we could pay to have the lights and stuff switched over?
I think that'd be an insurance nightmare there.
I mean, we want it to go to somebody that private individual. So, I mean, we can figure out a way to do something. My thing about it, and that's why I listed the other, and why you and I talked, we're gonna have to get new mowers. I don't think that's.
That mower is in bad shape.
Well, it's 25 years old,
Older.
older than 25 years old, I don't know how it's lasted this time. So we really, I think, I was hoping we could take money from one to another.
What size of mower do you want?
It's a Skaggs, I don't remember exactly. the
60
size.
60 inch, I think.
60, I mean, the horsepower is probably 15. But yeah, we need.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, it's just that one is.
I'm amazed at
Got
that.
to take another bands holding it together.
I think on the truck, you just, if you're gonna try to sell it, you have to take bids. I mean, I don't think you can just transfer it to the fire department with all due respect, because they're, you know, they're not for profit, but they're not part of the political subdivision. Yeah.
I mean, I guess, you know, if we could, I mean, that'd be the thing to do, I guess. So I don't know if, I don't know what the insurance thing is on, like, if a police department wanted, you know, their insurance type thing, because they go by age and miles, different things, what they're allowed to keep.
I don't know, I know the city, which they're both owned, run by the city, the fire department got one of the Chargers that the police department was getting rid of, and they just,
Yeah.
but they're both city
They're both
entities.
under-
We're a private entity that's not controlled by the
Yeah.
town, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're hand in glove with you, but
That's the difference.
that's the difference. Because yeah, if we couldn't just transfer it to Crothersville, for example. We have to sell, we have to take bids, and so we can't just, to my knowledge.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Unless we're, yeah, I'm just saying that, I mean, if we could find a way to give it to them, you know, somehow, donate it to them.
Maybe we should ask, because we did buy that with public safety money.
Yeah, we bought it with what money?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we pay our fire protection, public safety.
Okay, well, let's try, how can we look into that?
Well, I can look at this, I can look at the statute on selling personal property. You know,
Sure. But I mean,
That's
somebody
step
that
one.
says it came in as how it was funded to start with,
I don't know where you start there.
not, we can't, it's not interdepartmental transfer, it is a,
Yeah. I mean, unless there's something explicit out there in the state code.
if you can find something.
Yeah.
I say the only place I could check with Larry Grayhouse, because I know a few years ago, the city donated a old rescue truck to Westport Fire Department. It came from North Vernon Fire, it was, it's city property, and they donated it to another fire department, so I don't know.
Okay, then there must be a way to.
Well, it might have been declared surplus. How come we couldn't declare it surplus?
I guess we
Probably
could.
the value maybe on it, I don't know.
Yeah, probably because of the value.
What's the cutoff on the value?
I don't know.
I'll be checking into this.
All right.
You check. You check.
The only thing that I would say about the city donating it to if that fire department is through the town of Westport,
It's Westport Volunteer Department.
well, but if it's through the town, that's right between political subdivisions. See, that's where you,
They're a private entity like we are.
Well, they are. Okay, well, that's not political something.
it's a political subdivision, then, yeah.
Maybe a way to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, back to the mower, we definitely need a mower.
We gotta just start thinking here soon, it's February, and it's,
Yeah.
get on this before we know it. And then we talked about the tractor, it has a lot of implements that have never been used. It's handy for some things, but like for the snow, my gosh, you couldn't move that amount of snow no matter how hard you try to do more than it can do. It's almost too big to mow with, but too small to bush hog with. It's in that tweener spot. So we may want to think about that in some way, shape, or form. But again, it's paid for, and it's very low hours. It's only got 130 hours or something.
So it is paid off.
Yeah, it is paid off.
It is paid off, I called,
It's paid off.
doesn't have a title or anything.
All right, well, we just need to be starting to think about equipment stuff. I mean, we had a snow blower, but it hasn't been used in so long, you couldn't even get into the cables or anything. Hardly even pull it to start. It's sad for a while. The Art Park flower, I guess what's
Mikey Brown.
Did Mikey take it then?
He took, I don't know if he took the flower, I know he took
The whole flower's gone.
I know the whole flower's gone, but
All right.
I talked to him, he did take the base, he was gonna try to make it more stable and secure, so he may have come back and gotten the flower, but I haven't talked to him about it.
Well, he did, but I wonder where it went.
You have a question.
Yeah.
Is he expecting to be paid?
He didn't say that, I mean, I doubt that,
Well, I mean, I was just curious.
yeah.
I would think we might want to compensate him if he's doing so.
I did tell him when he got ready to put it back up that, to let us know, because, I mean, he can't do it by himself. I'll just text him right now.
No, and I mean, I dug a bigger hole and I had some unistrut. Okay, we just need to see if he's done. I hope so. If not, something. All right, let's move on to some other things. Some town buildings. Tarp House, I think, should be coming back to show dogs again.
That's what she's told me.
Okay.
There was no meeting,
Right.
this month.
Yeah.
The Odd Fellows building, Chris Asher and I were talking, and maybe we need to get Greg Sekula down here to tell us what's going on.
It's being advertised pretty heavily right now.
Is it?
Just as of recently, it's been
Okay.
posted, yes.
Well,
Daniel
because,
Smith has it up there.
okay, but again, Landmarks owns it,
Yeah.
so if they don't get an offer at some point, we need to talk to them, but I don't know who, how that one. Do we wanna get this, I call it the triplex right on the highway, this way, in between the cabin and the liquor store. It's that kind of yellowish. Remember last year we had to call them to mow and get all the debris out from around it. But it has, they stuck in windows that don't fit the openings, and should we get them in on show cause? Remember they put it up for sale, the signs long on it now.
Talking about
It's like 91 Jackson Street.
91.
building down
It's just yellowish,
Yeah, it's got the stucco
stucco.
there. Yeah.
finish.
Yeah.
Between, that little log cabin and Delta Boulder's
Yeah,
old house.
yeah.
Do we want to get them on the list? I would think so.
Probably.
Yeah, I want,
I don't ever remember it coming out to a meeting, John, but
I don't think we have. It was just last year.
I know they were, maybe they started working on it after that, I don't know, because I know,
They started and they stopped.
yeah. Maybe that was it.
Okay. And then had a call today about, talked to you about it a little bit, Amber. Was Steve Mobley's house, and the
Oh,
garage
yeah.
became an apartment behind it. Became an apartment apparently without anybody's knowledge or permitting. And now the guy's trying to remodel the place and was asking about wanting to get the garage turned into a better apartment and set up on its own sewer and water. And I'm of the opinion, when I talked to him, he didn't even answer my call yet, but to do that, he's gonna have to have lot split, he's gonna have to have a number of variances, then tap fees, capacity fees, the whole 9 yards. And area plan, of course, has already told him it's an unpermitted apartment, so they gotta go for rezoning and get it into compliance for everything for that. So, either way, you can't just take it the way it is and keep it up. But either way, if it goes to area plan, then you guys can, or you express now what you feel maybe should or shouldn't be done with it. 'Cause it is truly a garage, it got turned into an apartment, but apparently it didn't have, might have had a toilet,
It didn't have a shower.
didn't have a shower or anything like that.
I'm against it.
I'm kind of against it too, I don't really like it.
Do we have anything about having ADUs on the lot in our zoning ordinance? Like a smaller grandmother suite or something like that? I know it would be plumbing working on that.
Don't think so, they've talked about it, I know, but I don't think it is.
I don't think it's in there.
It's not in the current one. Okay.
Got one in a garage there, in back of, Madden's house. There's already one there.
That's, I mean, I know somebody lives in it. I don't
think it's all separate, I don't think it's all separate plumbing, there's.
Yeah, it's
only
got
one in there.
like a little, like a bathroom, shower stall. It's set up, but I don't think it's not on its own meter or anything.
Okay, well, I'm just bringing it up so you know maybe I'm on the horizon, but I will get a form filled out for this one over here, because I think otherwise it's not, nothing's gonna happen. Park board met, the main thing on their agenda is to revise the 5-year plan that was submitted to the DNR and has to go back in by April 15th, and we're meeting, special meeting on March the 2nd to go over a lot of particulars on it.
I have to do a written notice to the 2 newspapers about the meetings, what time's the park board?
That's why I brought this, because.
I know it's the Monday before this meeting,
Right.
but I just need to plug the time in, I didn't remember the time.
Oh, 6:30.
Okay, I got it. I just have to.
Well, here's the date. I went ahead and, here, this is your.
I have that. That was emailed.
Oh, when I sent to everybody.
Yeah, I have it, I just.
Because that was.
Yeah, I just need the 6:30.
That was the question that came up. Do you need to post their meetings every year?
I send a notice to the Paxton Media, which is the local newspaper in the Columbus Republic, telling them when your monthly meetings are and when the park board's monthly meetings are
Okay.
and where. Yeah.
And that takes care of it. Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, well, their main thing right now is the 5-year plan has to be resubmitted by April 15th. And you have a special meeting
To the state.
to the DNR. Okay. Miscellaneous business, you've got permitting requirements on here, and I don't know what that is.
Oh, anyhow, like, let you read. So they said on the website, they're gonna do something with Frontier, and they wanted to know what they got one.
Oh, that's that new,
County,
no, that's that new right-of-way ordinance that we have, that we adopted. You just gotta send that new right-of-way ordinance to. That we adopted back in, when did, November last year? Yeah, that answers everything in it. Pickleball players, hourly or by class?
Well, they were I mean, there was just a small group, and they might, like, where they go now, they only pay like $5 per person. So it's, I mean, you know, if you're only gonna have 4 people, you really wanna charge somebody $50 for a couple hours just for, I mean, it's sort of a class, could you say, almost discuss it
For
like
an
it's a
hour.
class and say everybody pays $5. And then, you know, if you get 20 people in the class, then you'll make actually more money. And I think that way they know how much they're paying every time, rather than, well, there's only 3 of us showed up, we're gonna have to pay $20.
Probably just the group that plays together. I mean, I saw the 4 that were out there, but it's bigger.
We don't have a group yet.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't even know if they're going to do it, but
Yeah,
it
we
would
don't
just
know
be
if they're-
something that they were kind of wondering if it could be more structured, like a class instead of a flat rate, you know, like,
We'd have to add it to the rates and everything.
Yeah.
But I would, yeah, I mean, I see if they had 3 people show up and then they had to split it.
or 4, I mean, there's always gonna be
Yeah.
at least 4, because that's the minimum you can.
Could we
apply.
rent for an hour to them?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, they're only here for an hour, right?
No, they were here for 2.
Oh.
Yeah, 2-hour windows and stuff. It's not much different than the walk
Yeah,
with the
it's the
dog.
same
thing.
discussion that we
I'm
had
sorry,
there.
but if they're here for 2 hours.
Yeah, and they're taking up the gym floor, then it's
Taking
gotta
up
be.
the whole, yeah.
That's why I kind of look at whether it's whether it's basketball
I just-
or, I mean, same amount of heat, same amount of gas.
I think we just need to be consistent because it's
Yeah.
going to get really out of hand if we try and tailor how we work with groups.
Okay.
Well, and if they decide to have a class, well, then they end up making money off of it.
That's, yeah. Yeah.
Well, and the other part of that is, as we announced last night, it's gonna be open, everything's open here 3 to 9, Wednesdays now. We do need to get people lined up as volunteers to help, chaperone, supervise, whatever. But that's another window when they can have the place, and maybe we'll, that'll take care of something.
Yeah, yeah, that's an opportunity for them.
Okay.
And can we clarify, I've seen 3 to 9 and 4 to 9.
3 to 9 is all I've ever seen.
Okay.
Said 4 to 9, 3 to 9, okay, 3 to 9.
3 is what I've seen everywhere, like the spring that was.
Okay.
All right, I think we've covered just everything okay, well, we're on to reports from committees and officers. The only other thing I can think of is appointments. You mentioned today Cersei.
Yeah, I'm the person that was appointed last year, and I do not want to be on that board. I wasn't able to make a single meeting. I'm not a good person to be on their board.
But you said, John, you're on it.
I'm already on it.
Yeah, we're both
For-
They're both already on it for other entities.
Who's appointed you?
County Commissioner.
The commissioners, for the county, not for agency, and you're on it for,
the county commissioners.
oh, also.
Yes.
Yeah, can we not just do double duty?
They have a certain matrix of who can appoint from different entities for each county that contracts with them, so they should be able to. I don't think we can double dip on appointees.
No, I know you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't.
And it would
I
be
just
really-
wasn't able to make any of the meetings, and it
Well, that's
just
fine.
was a
Let's
terrible
just-
time for me.
Okay, let me look, let's just leave it open for the moment. Maybe we get Joe Rob.
But doesn't it have to be a council person?
I don't think it
so,
does,
no.
because we're not county commissioner.
I mean, like the county commissioners have a county commissioner appointed, and they have a
Right.
Slots. Yeah.
And you're both appointed by the commissioners? Can't you withdraw from that via Vernon appointment? I mean, do we really need all 3 of us on the Cersei board?
I know, it does.
That seems kind of,
I mean,
It's just by coincidence.
If
Yeah.
there's any other interest from the community though, from the town, I don't see why we can't
okay.
spread the love.
All right, well, we'll just leave it open for the time being.
well, if you talk to somebody like Joe,
Yeah,
there's only like, I think, 4 actual boards meet.
Like full
meetings.
boards.
but they send me stuff every month.
Yeah, because there's an executive board meeting every month.
Oh,
So they send you the stuff, but the board meetings, most of the time, are just executive. I mean, you're more, welcome to go, or just come in on the.
I just felt really bad because I wasn't able to get to any of them. It's a really bad time that they hold their meetings at noon.
we'll
It's
just,
just not a good fit for me right now.
but that made me think, is there other appointments that, we haven't really thought about?
Have you been reappointed to the plan commission? And then you have a board of zoning appeals appointment too.
But I believe Marie called me about that, or somebody did, and Lola is on a 3 or 4 year term on that.
Yours is annual, isn't it?
I think.
John probably needs to be reappointed.
Okay, and then also we're, what's the other one, South,
So
Subway,
waste district.
the Waste District. Any others? Okay, anyway, do we need a motion then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I make a motion to reappoint John to the APC.
I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
2 ayes, 1.
Abstain? One abstain. One abstention. Okay. Thank you. All right, I'm done, John. Ward 1.
I've reported a light, it's one of those decorative lights. It's down there in front of, Ramey's house. Or kind of in that area there. But they're hard to report because the addresses down there are like 169 State Road 3 instead of Jackson Street or something
Yeah.
like that. So I reported it once, got an email saying that it was fixed. Well, it hadn't been fixed, so I reported it under a different address, and we'll see if they get it this time. Are we, are they going to fence in the,
Soccer field?
what?
Soccer field?
No,
Lift station.
lift stations?
No, we didn't have that in.
I mean, I was just curious.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that in. Especially the one in Ripley, that would
And also, I'm just talking about our equipment, we also have the generator at the fire station.
Oh, yes. Well, remember, we declared that surplus, we just haven't bid it.
Well,
Can you do that at the same time as the
yeah.
truck?
But, I don't know. Do you know how big that is?
The old one,
Yeah, the one that's down there now.
it's either 15 or 20 KW. I think it's a 15, if I remember right.
I think, yeah, it was either 12 or 15, I think I would.
I think it was
15
15.
cents.
I know it was too small to run the new station.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was too small to run the common slip station.
What's that mean?
Because we always have to, you know, if the power goes out, then we gotta rent it.
It's 3-phase in around.
Is that
Yeah.
3-phase pumps in there or not?
I don't know.
Say, if they're 3-phase pumps, I know that generator won't run it.
Yeah.
Because the only thing we ran off of it at the old firehouse was the doors and the lights, and it was pretty well maxed out then. We didn't have the washer and all that stuff up
But
to
furnace or
the one furnace down by the office, yes. The one there in the big bay like that, no, it wasn't on.
I don't think Commons is 3-phase,
I
but
can't remember. I'd have to go pull the panel with it.
yeah, well, we can look into that, that's a good idea, really. I mean, it's natural gas though, and I don't know if there's natural gas down there.
well, I'm sure there's gas down there, so, you know.
Oh, I know there is, yeah, there
Yeah.
is, yes, there's natural gas there.
But if we.
No, I mean, there is right on,
There is right on Jackson Street,
yes,
right at one of Smock's old house.
yes, yes. Okay, well, let's look into that then, because that would make more sense.
I mean, we could use it there.
Sure.
It works.
Yeah, okay. Good idea.
items tonight. First, to our discussion earlier about finishing the fundraising for the restroom renovations. The spring tonic is going to be on April 25th. We'll be running that 5K and the 1 miler at 8 a.m. Everyone's welcome to come register and join. Help with the fundraising effort. If you know of any businesses in town or the area that might be interested in being sponsors, feel free to let me know. I'm going to start reaching out to potential sponsors in the near future about that in the next month and get those tied down and figured out. The other thing I wanted to bring up, I shared this at the park board meeting on Monday because it came into the conversation tangentially, but I had, as you all I think probably know, I'm involved with the Active Transportation Committee that helps out with our county's active transportation plan, making sure that doesn't just sit on a shelf and gets acted on, and that there are different opportunities around education and grants and stuff like that that we're considering. So that group in their meetings had been talking about, and we passed our resolution as a town last fall about some kind of pedestrian connection between Vernon and North Vernon and the county park committee. At our January meeting, the Active Transportation Committee wanted me to reach out to contact the NDOT Seymour office that we'd been given a gentleman named Damon Brown, who would be able to talk to us more about a potential sidewalk fund that we've never been made aware of regarding state highways that NDOT has. On their behalf, and then also wearing my town council cap, I went over and spoke with them. With Damon, I was making a work trip to Brownstown, and he said, stop in on your way through. He told me that NDOT would consider doing a scoping process to understand what the needs would be for that type of project if we can get letters of support from the town, the city of North Vernon, and the Jennings County government. So I wanted to ask for a motion tonight to approve a support letter referencing our resolution back in the fall that we'd like to have a pedestrian sidewalk or trail or whatever considered by NDOT in the scoping process on there. And this wouldn't involve any cost for us. They would be doing all this work in-house to consider a potential project. And this could potentially lead to using either the sidewalk fund or other forms of federal funding to consider some kind of project going up the hill. It'd take a long time. They told me it'd be at least 2032 before any actual action could happen, but we have to start the process now. So I figure there's no time like the present to plant a tree.
I'll make a motion that we send a letter of support for the Active Transportation Committee for NDOT's grant.
I'd be for the scope of just the scoping process.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
And I will note that they're meeting here Monday.
Yes.
In this room, so.
Tuesday. The Active Transportation Committee is going to meet here Tuesday at 5 p.m. for an open house. They want to go over the plan, talk about progress. If anyone wants to come join and hear more about that, because that group, we're very well aware that we need more people to know that group is actively meeting.
Yeah.
We had one member go present last summer to the county council, and most of them didn't realize that that group was working together and making connections, even though folks at the city know. Trying to make sure people are aware.
Yeah. That's great. Like I said, I started asking about sidewalk 30 years ago. Might only take another step.
The NDOT meeting went surprisingly well. I was shocked. Said the sidewalk fund is a very competitive process to go after, but they were very willing to work with us on scoping things out and see what would be needed to approach that project.
Very good. Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right. Amber?
I just thought of this. The sidewalk, right where the trail starts, right in front of Matt Robinson's.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I don't know if it was the weather or what, but there's a piece of the concrete broken, and anyway, we probably ought to look at that. I just saw that tonight.
Right up by the
Yeah.
courthouse.
Yeah.
Perry Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on the edge of the state highway where the curb meets the trail, or however they've done that concrete piece right there and it broke off.
I did it.
I
It probably was,
It wouldn't
now that I
surprise
mention
me,
that.
because it's a pretty big chunk of.
Yeah, I don't know how else it would have gotten knocked out like that.
Thanks for bringing that up.
I just forgot about it.
Okay.
I don't have anything else.
That's it. Mary Jo?
Nothing.
Brad?
If you remember, I sent a resolution down for the December meeting about sidewalk maintenance and things like that.
Yeah, we adopted it.
Okay.
Yeah, we
I
did.
wanted to make sure. I just thought of that when you started talking about sidewalks, okay?
Pretty sure we did.
Okay, and, don't forget, you approved the fire protection agreement, needs to be signed, and the
You
chief's
need to
here
sign
tonight
it,
to
too.
sign it too, so that's all I have.
Okay, Chief, you're next.
I just had a couple things, contract with one of them. Last night he was talking about kayak launch sites down here and down there. Is there any possibility that one of them could be big enough for us to put the airboat in on?
We're working to get the railroad to pay for a boat ramp at the Commons as part of the trade for letting them come through the Commons to work on the bridge. And it'll be a full-blown boat ramp.
The only other thing I
That's
had,
the way they're justifying it in all their funding things.
I am working with the county on getting a Knox system for keys for the county buildings. Is that something that you all would be interested in for any of the buildings that the town owns? Reason being, if we get called for a fire or an alarm mostly, we have to wait for the maintenance guy to get from the north side of Scipio all the way to the courthouse before we can even get in, because we don't want to bust glass out or break a door down. But if they're working on getting Knox boxes, Knox will issue the fire department a key to the box, and then whatever keys you want to go inside that box, we would be the only ones with access to them. I didn't know if that was something you all would be interested in.
If it's no cost,
I don't, the box, I think the town would have to buy the box, but I don't know how much they are. I can try to
that
find
price
out.
not very much.
The good thing is none of us live in.
Right.
We all
You know,
live. We
it's
can
always
walk
not
there
very
real
big deal.
fast.
I just wanted to bring it up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind, especially as we get more things going.
Yeah.
Saves time.
Right, I mean, if we get a call, instead of us trying to tell dispatch to contact the key holder, or us trying to call one of you guys, we
You just
pull up,
gotta
take
get-
our key out of our truck and open the box, and it gives us the key to the door, so we don't have to break anything.
I think we should be interested. I mean, if nothing else here, I mean, it's really in play.
And then,
Sure.
probably next month, or maybe 2 months away, one of the wives from the firehouse wants to come down and talk to you all about us potentially using the square sometime in October. She's doing a craft show in May at the firehouse again, and she said something about wanting to try one in the beginning of October, see if the town would let us use the square so she can get more vendors around the courthouse.
The green or the red?
If you want to use the courthouse lawn,
She's like wanting to use like Brown Street behind the courthouse, and then not Pike Street, the other side of the courthouse, the one way. Because she said like leave Pike Street alone, so like the Mexican restaurant and the post office and all that is still open. I said, and she asked me, and I said it would have to come to you all. And she told me to mention it and see when you would want her to come in and talk to you about it.
Anytime. Just have her asked to be on the call, or, well, doesn't have to be on the agenda. I mean, if she shows
Come
up.
to it the next meeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
if she wants to actually use the street, but if she wants to use any of the courthouse lawn, she needs to talk to the
Yeah,
commission.
she said using the streets, so I'll clarify that with her and then just tell her to come to the next meeting with me.
There's been a number of people using this place now for craft shows. Still, it's out of the rain and the weather.
I know she said something right up there, that way we can still use the firehouse too. Yeah,
Closer together.
because I think we get like 30 people, 31 at the firehouse, and we're pretty full. Barely full.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Huh?
This is an idea. Because we talk the other street on the other side of the.
Ferry.
Ferry, down Brown Street to the firehouse. And the town did antiques garage sale, flea market, whatever, on Brown Street, and then actually just Brown Street, and then food trucks down towards the tunnel. And if people wanted to set up in town for, sale, flea market, antiques, whatever, they deal with you guys, and if they want to do crafts, they deal with you guys. And
You guys are, yeah.
the whole town wide thing, because everybody's always saying, Labor Day or whatever.
You talked to Allison about the craft show, right? Talk to her.
Okay.
That's her baby, I don't.
But.
Yeah, I'm
You
good
never
with
fill
it.
the whole town and just have one on Saturday, like a one day. And that would give the town the money, charge $10.
I don't know, what we,
Whatever.
$25 or $30 a
I think
booth or
it's
something like
$25.
that.
And then that would be a fundraiser for you guys too. And should probably charge the same thing. And then it'd be something big and fun again.
Anything else?
Nope. We ended the year last year with $23,980 some in fundraisers.
How does that compare to previous years?
The previous year we had about 11,000.
Congrats.
But we also had a $14,000 repair and a $12,000 repair on 2 trucks last year, so.
Keep trucking.
Okay, Ron?
So I had anything, didn't have any major freeze ups or breaks, so that's good here.
We thought we had one,
Yep.
but it turned out to
Turned out to
be.
be a customer.
Well, sort of the meter up, entirely unrelated, wasn't it? Yeah, nothing so far.
I want to ask about, you left that Sally, that meter, so you put in a new meter?
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
they made that.
He broke apart the base and the.
Register.
Yeah, he broke them apart. And then that's the one I gave you the tickets for, is the new one that's in there. It doesn't have an antenna yet, because we gotta find a lid that has a hole.
It's gonna be one, okay. But it doesn't, okay, I didn't get a meter number, because all the meter, I need a meter number and an RF number, right?
And meters and numbers, the ones in the ground already.
Yeah,
It's
the meter,
already in there,
It was already there, the one was there, we just took the register.
just the new RF number, so then you, the radio frequency number is what goes with that antenna, right?
I'm not sure how those are termed in that, I haven't seen how they
Isn't
got
that
this
it?
set up.
Isn't that RF number, the
I'm
number
thinking,
that is reading, that's supposed to be reading?
Does that come off the antenna, or does that come off the
it
register?
comes off
that's off the register.
the meter itself has the RF number.
Right, that's the register.
Yeah, you can
That's
put any
why it's-
antenna on.
You can put any
You can put any antenna,
Yeah,
you can swap it.
so it needs an antenna, okay. So,
Oh,
so I use
or
the
listen.
same, it just uses the same meter number, just a different radio frequency.
You had an email, maybe, I don't know how long ago, about the water tower painting in, I think July or something.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna call that when we get closer to that.
Yeah.
And, we'll have to take it offline.
Right.
I forget what time period was now, it's got to be offline, but I was thinking that this is interior. So I tried to time it with the same, or not the same time that North Burns did, so.
Right.
So they're aware of that, they're doing North Burns and ours back to back.
Okay.
And the only other question I had was, since we talked about the lift stations, did the mission get installed on those or not?
I don't think they have yet.
Okay.
That's again, all up in the air, and when they did startup, all they did was pump down. And we don't, I have the O&M with pumps, and that's about all I have at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna keep leaning on them and try to.
Haven't seen anything show up online, so that's why I wondered.
Yeah, again, I don't have anything on it. I'll make a note to remember to ask them, because like I said, also built as-bills, nothing on the overbees. What else we got to have in front of them? Okay, anything else? Let's go to the order. motion, I believe.
Motion adjourned.
I second.
Motion is a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you all.
I think the agreement's right up there.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Following John's lead.
What's that?
Say following your lead.
Did you mail
Okay,
it?
this needs to go in.
Yeah.
Okay, so he must have got something, he texted me, he said, why did the town send us a $50,000 check on top of our contract check? And I said,
Yes.
Generator? Oh, yeah, I forgot about it. So I'm assuming he got it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, this needs to go in there and be signed. Right there, and then he's getting
I
that.
think just grab and then just sign it.
I signed this.
We'll get you a copy of it.
I was gonna say, just get me a copy of it whenever.
I got your picture on the hand.
13 going on 30.
Well, I signed that. I signed
Always,
that.
Dad, I need money, Dad, I need this, Dad, I need that. I said, when are you gonna start paying me?
Your teenager
Never.
started.
Well, she's in archery practice where, which I'm one of the coaches, so I was supposed to be there. There's 4 coaches, so I don't know why I was gonna quit practice.
Oh, we need to turn that stream thing.
Monday,
As far as I know, I'll let you know.
I'm sure, so, yeah. Yeah.
Their name and community television.
Yeah.
We do owe that to you.
I was,
Well,
they were talking about, I know there's a project out here. Yeah.
Don't start yawning. But yeah, you guys need to get together. That's,
I don't.
would make a lot of sense.
Well, you have it with